Assalamu alaikum and welcome to my new video. This is about the spinal cord. As we were doing neurology, we will be discussing spinal cord. हमने brain properly सारा कर लिया है. Cranial nerves are left. We will do that after the spinal cord. अच्छा, so before we move on to tracts and ANS and everything, I like to start from the very scratch ताकि जो बंदा MBBS करते हुए देख रहा है जिसको पहले नहीं पता कोई वैसे ही अपने नॉलेज के लिए देख रहा है और you if you need to refresh your knowledge this video is for you and of course for the FCPS students. So before I start with spinal cord, let's do a little recap. So the nervous system consists of CNS and PNS. CNS is central nervous system and PNS is peripheral nervous system. Ab central nervous system mein to we all know it's spinal cord and the brain. A brain के different parts हैं, brain commands देता है and the spinal cord has carries those commands and then through the peripheral nervous system those commands come into action. Either they are motor commands या फिर sensory input जो होती है वो brain तक पहुंचती है via peripheral nervous system and then through the spinal tracts or spinal cord. So CNS में mainly brain and spinal cord and PNS is now divided into sensory and then motor. ठीक है? Sensory में you have the special senses. Special senses में कौन सी हमारी 5 senses हैं? We have the 6th one as well. Vision, olfaction, taste, hearing, and the 6th one is the balance or equilibrium. ठीक है? All of these are via a specialized cranial nerves जो कि direct brain के अंदर लेके जाती हैं आपका input. Okay. Now we have other general senses. General senses may, if you see the touch, temperature, or if you have pain, dull pain, abdominal pain, all of these are sensory inputs or general senses. We can divide these into somatic and visceral. अब जो visceral related होंगी वो visceral होंगी, जो दूसरी होंगी वो somatic होगी. Somatic में we have pain, temperature, touch, proprioception or pressure. All of these are somatic sensations. Viscerals में you can have abdominal cramps. ठीक है, ये visceral जो होती हैं ये इतनी specific नहीं होती, जिससे थोड़ी dull होती हैं. Dull pain, distension, इस तरह की जो होती है ना sensations, these are the visceral sensations because उसमें भी receptors होते हैं आपके viscera में भी. So this was the sensory part. अब ये sensory part किसी तरीके से तो brain तक पहुंचता है ना, that is through the spinal cord and that is where the tracts come in. ठीक है, and then brain ने भी किसी तरीके से ही muscles या effector organ के पास पहुंचाना है, तो that is through tracts as well and that is the motor part. अब motor में कुछ हमारी होती हैं involuntary movements, कुछ हमारी voluntary movements होती हैं. Skeletal muscles are involved in voluntary and that's just a somatic motor response. That means, raising your hand or doing anything with your skeletal muscles. ठीक है, we'll discuss the tracts involved in this. Now for involuntary, that is the autonomic response. For example, your bladder control, your blood pressure, anything. For example, your heart rate, secretion, all of these are autonomic motor responses involve also including your respiration. अब ज़ाहिरी सी बात है ये सारी चीज़ें हैं. We know sympathetic and parasympathetic system. Now the autonomic system is further divided into sympathetic and parasympathetic system. Don't worry, we'll do all of this in detail, but also will not deviate too much from our exam oriented study. By the end of this series on spinal cord, you will be able to attempt your exam whether you are an MBBS student studying neurology or you are FCPS aspiring candidate.